When I first got to know Charlie Crist, he was the Attorney General of the state of Florida, and he was a Republican. And he was a conservative Republican. He was a more conservative Republican than I was. I campaigned for him in the Republican primary for governor. I campaigned for him when he ran for governor as a Republican, attacking just about everything that he says he's now going to do. Totally on the opposite side. I was with him during the 2007-2008 presidential campaign, and I'll explain that to you in a moment, in a few minutes. But he was a fierce opponent of Barack Obama. He was someone who felt that Barack Obama was somebody pretty close to a socialist, that Barack Obama was completely unqualified to be president of the United States, that Barack Obama should not be re-elected. He told me several times that Hillary would have made a better president than Barack Obama, even though Hillary would have made a terrible president, according to Rick. So this is a man who wasn't just kind of middle of the road, sometimes a Republican, sometimes a Democrat. This was a committed, strong, very right-wing Republican.
We thought.
Okay. 3 times he promised to endorse me. 3 times he broke his promise. 1 time he promised Mitt Romney that he'd remain neutral. The next morning he broke his promise. This is a man that doesn't know how to keep his word. I have met a lot of people in politics. I worked for President Ronald Reagan. I was mayor of New York City. I was the United States Attorney for 2,000 years or something. like a long time. I've met a lot of good people and a lot of bad people. I've met people in politics that are wonderful. I've met people in politics that are okay. And I've met people in politics that I don't like. I've never met a person in politics that I disrespect more than Charlie Crist. Well, the people of Florida should be laughing at Charlie Crist, which is why maybe nobody shows up at his rallies. That's right. This is a joke. A highly conservative right-wing Republican who I would say was completely opposed to Barack Obama in every respect, has now become his biggest supporter. He may be his only supporter. He's become his biggest supporter. But if he's his big supporter, how come he doesn't bring Barack Obama here to campaign for him? I worked for presidents. Ronald Reagan went all around the country campaigning for Republicans. Republicans were begging for Ronald Reagan to come and campaign for him. Democrats are saying, President Obama, could you please just go play golf? Don't come. And there's a reason for that. The policies that Charlie Crist now supports, the ones he used to oppose just 4 or 5 years ago, are policies that once again will destroy this state, the way they destroyed this state before. This isn't hypothetical. We don't have to think about this. This has been proven. Charlie Crist ran this state into the ground. Rick Scott took it, rebuilt it, and now Charlie Crist wants the job that he ran out on, he wants it back. People of Florida should say, we're too smart for that, we're too intelligent for that. This isn't about Republicans, it isn't about Democrats, it isn't about liberals, it isn't about conservatives. I mean, Charlie's been all those things. It isn't about any of those things. It's about what's good for Florida